Sometimes the people who hurt your peace the most share your last name. After 70, every minute of calm matters more than ever. But too often we allow relatives, yes, family, to stay close, even when they quietly drain our energy, trigger guilt, or make us feel invisible. Have you ever walked away from a family gathering feeling smaller, not stronger, and well-being? This isn't about cutting people off. It's about choosing yourself, maybe for the first time. Stay with me until the end. Some of these types are so common, you might not even realize how much they've been costing you. Type 1, the constantly demanding relative. One type of relative you might want to avoid in your later years is the one who constantly demands your time, energy, and resources without ever considering your needs. These individuals tend to be highly self-centered, asking for favors or help, yet they rarely offer the same in return. They may even guilt-trip you into saying yes when you really want to say no. It's important to recognize these patterns, as your physical and mental well-being should never be compromised for the comfort of others. As you age, your ability to handle stress decline, and these draining relationships can become harmful to your health. This kind of relative often makes you feel as though you're obligated to cater to their needs, whether it's picking them up from appointments, listening to their endless complaints, or financially supporting them. You have every right to set boundaries, even with family. It's not selfish to say no when someone is constantly asking more from you than you can give. In fact, it's essential for your peace of mind. Remember, self-care is not just about taking a break. It's about protecting yourself from being taken advantage of. For example, imagine Aunt Mary constantly calls you for help with her house, even though she has perfectly capable children. She might say, "I'm getting older, and I just can't do it myself anymore." But deep down, you know that it's not your responsibility to be her constant support system. It's okay to politely explain that you can't help this time, and offer an alternative, like suggesting a contour service or someone else who might be able to assist. Being firm with your boundaries can be difficult, but with time, it's a healthy way to protect your peace and ensure you're not burned out by someone else's need. Type 2, the negative, pessimistic relative. Another relative to be cautious of is the one who always sees the glass as half empty. These individuals tend to focus on the negatives in life, constantly complaining about their health, the world, or their finances, and they drag you down with them. While it's good to vent and share challenges, constant negativity can wear you down over time, leading to feelings of stress and helplessness. As you grow older, maintaining a positive mindset becomes crucial for your mental and physical health. You may find that after spending time with this relative, you feel emotionally drained and more anxious than before. Their constant pessimism can even interfere with your own outlook on life. It's essential to protect your emotional well-being by distancing yourself from such negativity. Instead of indulging in their complaints, encourage them to focus on positive aspects of their life, or gently excuse yourself from the conversation. You don't have to engage in every negative live doing, so can make a huge difference in how you feel afterward. For instance, if your cousin John continually complains about how everything is going wrong, instead of agreeing with him, you could steer the conversation towards something more uplifting, like a happy memory or something you've been excited about. If he refuses to change the subject, it's okay to tell him you need to step away. Your peace of mind should always come first. Being around someone who only emphasizes the negative can take a toll on your mood and your health. Take charge of your emotional environment and seek out positive influences, especially as you age. Type 3, the relative who guilt trips you. Another relative to avoid after 70 is the one who makes you feel guilty for not spending enough time with them or not meeting their expectations. These individuals often use subtle manipulations like making passive-aggressive comments or playing the victim to make you feel bad about not fulfilling their demands. It's important to remember that as you age, your time and energy become even more precious. You should never feel obligated to sacrifice your well-being for the sake of someone else's unreasonable expectations. Instead, recognize when guilt tripping is happening and set healthy boundaries. For example, Aunt Mary may say things like, "You never visit me anymore," or "I thought you'd care enough to call." While it's true to care for family members, you don't owe anyone your time if it's negatively impacting your health, happiness, or peace of mind. When faced with this kind of guilt, a firm yet compassionate response is key. Let them know that you value the relationship, but also remind them that you have other responsibilities and limitations. It's better to be honest and explain your reasons than to give in to their guilt and risk compromising your well-being. As a senior, it's important to recognize that you've earned the right to prioritize yourself and your health. If certain relatives persist in making you feel guilty, it may be necessary to take a step back and reevaluate the relationship. You deserve to have your time respected. Type 4. The gossiping relative. In the golden tapestry of your later years, your heart seeks serenity, a haven where trust and kindness bloom. Yet the gossiping relative weaves a thread of discord, their words a quiet storm that erodes your peace. This seventh type to distance yourself from is the one who thrives on rumors, sharing secrets or judgments about others, pulling you into their web of whispers. For Evelyn, 74, her sister's endless tales of family scandals left her weary, her trust frayed, until she gently set limits, choosing silence over chatter. Gossip doesn't just stir drama, it burdens your spirit, sowing doubt and unease where calm should reign. Studies link chronic social stress to heightened anxiety in seniors. Dim your mental clarity. Protect your heart to kinder topics or step away with grace. Ask, is my peace guarded from idle words? Comment number 4 below, subscribe and hit the bell for more insights. Type 5. The relative who doesn't respect your space. As we get older, having a peaceful and private space becomes even more important. One relative who consistently violates this is the person who doesn't respect your boundaries. Whether it's showing up unannounced, staying too long when you need some alone time, or intruding on your personal matters, this behavior can quickly drain your energy and peace of mind. You deserve to have your own space, and it's essential to set boundaries with anyone who oversteps them. For example, your cousin George may pop by every Sunday without asking if you're free, or your brother might go through your things without permission. While it's important to maintain strong family relationships, you also need to ensure that your home and personal space are respected. In these situations, assertiveness is key. Politely but firmly let them know that you need your space and that it's important for your well-being. Be clear about what you need and what you're willing to share. For instance, you can say, I love spending time with you, but I need some quiet time now. So let's plan for another visit soon. Boundaries are a healthy part of any relationship, and it's crucial to enforce them, especially as you age. If someone repeatedly ignores your wishes, it's okay to reduce the frequency of visits or take more drastic steps to protect your space. You have earned the right to enjoy your home and your solitude, and it's important to preserve that. Type 6. The relative who tries to control your life. As you get older, you might find that some relatives feel the need to take the reins in your life, often thinking they know what's best for you. This is especially common with children or close relatives who might worry about your health or lifestyle choices. While their intentions may come from a place of concern, it's essential to recognize when their interference becomes overbearing and detrimental to your sense of independence. For example, your daughter-in-law Sandra might start dictating how often you should go for walks or what you should eat. She might suggest that you only go to certain doctors or refuse to let you make your own decisions about your health or activities. Although this kind of interference can come from a place of love, it's vital to remind them that you are careful of making your own choices. Crucial to assert your independence. While you can listen to advice, you should always make decisions that feel right for you. Tell them kindly but firmly, I appreciate your concern, but I trust my judgment and would like to make my own choices. This helps maintain your dignity and ensures you remain in control of your life. It's also essential to set boundaries around advice giving. You can acknowledge their suggestions without feeling obligated to follow them. This will not only help protect your autonomy, but also reduce the stress of dealing with well-meaning relatives who might unintentionally cause more harm than good. Type 7. The relative who constantly guilt trips. A final type of relative to avoid after 70 is the one who constantly uses guilt as a tool to manipulate or control you. This relative will often make you feel guilty about not spending enough time with them or for not meeting their expectations. It's one of the most emotionally draining behaviors you can experience, and it can have long-term negative effects on your well-being. Take, for instance, your cousin Carol. She frequently calls you, lamenting that you don't visit enough, or accusing you of not caring about the family. When you explain that you're busy, or that you simply need some time to yourself, she responds by saying, if you really loved me, you'd make more of an effort. This kind of emotional manipulation can leave you feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, and resentful. It's important to recognize that you do not owe anyone an explanation for your choices, especially when it comes to your personal time and boundaries. While family is important, you should never feel obligated to sacrifice your peace of mind for someone who is emotionally taxing. Instead, try setting clear boundaries with this type of relative. You can say something like, "I understand that you want to spend time together, but I also need time for myself to stay healthy and balanced. I'll be happy to visit when it works for me." By doing this, you take back control of your time and energy, allowing you to live your life without feeling guilty for prioritizing your well-being. Your peace isn't a luxury, it's your right. And after 70, you don't owe anyone access to your life just because they share your blood. You've earned the right to choose who gets your time, your presence, your heart. So, if today's video helped you recognize anyone in your circle who's been quietly pulling you down, take it as a sign it's not too late to reclaim your space. Let us know in the comments which type hit home the most for you. Share your story. Your experience could help someone else find their own peace. And if this video gave you clarity, please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because what we're sharing next will go even deeper, and you won't want to miss it.